Now I'd like to introduce to you Kevin Eastridge. Kevin's going to talk about industrial for us.
Tough acts to follow. The industrial market is not a tale of two cities, but it is a tale of two sizes. First, on smaller industrial space. I've got good news and bad news. If you currently own a Class A industrial space, say 30 to 50,000 square feet, and would like to lease it or sell it, please give us a call. We really think we can help you out. The bad news is, if you're currently looking for a Class A, 30 to 50,000 square feet of industrial space, we're already looking. They simply don't exist in the market today. Larger buildings, say over 100,000 square feet, are a different story. As of today, we have an existing 180,000 square foot Class A facility, and there's also a new, modern 100,000 square foot facility under construction in Vanderburgh County right now. On the other hand, we have an abundance of value-priced, older industrial buildings. We have almost 2 million square feet of these type buildings available. Let me show you this graph. This represents larger vacant industrial spaces. Now let me show you the dates. This is a slide we used in our 2001 State of Real Estate. We've been here before, and we'll get through this again. One large industrial transaction that did happen locally last year was the sale of the El Mizell property for $2.9 million. It was 137,000 square feet. It sold for $21 a square foot, but keep in mind that included an unimproved 10-acre parcel adjacent to the property. And since we're talking about prices, let's talk about cap rates. Nationally, on net leased industrial property, cap rates ranged between 7.5% and 8% last year. In our region, they were a little bit higher, running between 8% and 9%. And based on our experience, a net leased industrial property in our market today would probably sell in the 9 to 10% range. There's some other big regional products underway, including the Midwest Fertilizer Plant in Posey County, which will cost $2.6 billion, employ 2,500 construction workers and 250 employees permanently. This project was positively influenced by its proximity to the Port of Mount Vernon, which will ship a lot of that fertilizer. The Port of Mount Vernon shipped a record in 2013, 4.2 million tons of product. That was a 21% increase over 2012. It remains to be seen what will happen to the massive coal gasification facility proposed for Rockport. This project has been under discussion for almost a decade, and I believe a decision will probably be made this year. If that project happens, it would be a $2.5 billion investment and create 1,500 jobs. It would be safe to assume that some of the coal would come from Gibson County, which produces almost 40% of Indiana's coal. And while we're in Gibson County, let's talk about something they're doing. We can ultimately expect to see additional residential, commercial, and industrial development along I-69. Gibson County officials are planning and implementing infrastructure improvements along all three interchanges in Gibson County. In our never-ending goal to stay high on real estate, we called our compatriot Craig Miles with Cassidy Turley in Denver. Craig explained that in December of 2011, there was an abundance of vacant, older industrial space in the Denver market. Since recent law changes in Colorado, Craig reports that vacancy rates have dropped to levels not seen in over 15 years, and in some cases, lease prices have increased up to 40%. It's my understanding that these spaces did require some lighting and irrigation upgrades. Could this be the answer to filling some of our older vacant space? Just saying. And my predictions for 2014. Increased absorption of older industrial facilities, continued slow improvement in commercial activity in spite of higher interest rates, declining cap rates on leased commercial property, and less snow and freezing temperatures leading to more winter golf next season.